In this video, we are going to talk about the most important flow inside of email marketing funnel, which is the welcome flow. In most cases, welcome flow would be your highest revenue generating flow inside of your email sending provider. So it's very important that you get this right, because as soon as someone lands on your website and they give you their email, welcome flow is the first thing that they receive from an email marketing funnel. So it's very important that you're leaving a great impression to your customer's brain. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. How you can turn paid traffic into own revenue before you spend another dollar on ads. So it's very important that you get all of this right. I've attached few great examples of first time welcome flow, so you can check them out. And if you don't know me, who I am, my name is Tushar Verma. I am the founder of Milvoro.com. We run an email marketing agency and we help brands like yours to generate more revenue from their email marketing funnel. And if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you can go to my website as well. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about why does that even matter, because e-commerce has changed in 2026, but most brands have not changed yet. And it's happening because ad costs are climbing, because you're paying more to get people to your site and they leave without paying. And then customers are now harder to convert because there are a lot of options on the market available, and there are thousands of new stores that are launching every single week. Now with the help of AI, anyone can just copy your entire website and build it within few hours. And if you're not capturing, nurturing, and converting that attention right away, you're burning a lot of cash. The brands that are winning in 2026 and would continue to win, they have systems that are building trust faster. So that system starts with your pop-up and your welcome flow. In 2026, the landscape of e-commerce has shifted quite a bit, and it has happened because of the tariffs, inflation eating customer disposable income. AI makes it very easy to copy your products and your website, and a lot of Shopify stores launch every single day. And if you observe a little pattern right here, in 2026 it was very easy to convert anyone. The ROAS was 4x and everything was going good. In 2026, the Facebook ROAS tanked because of the new iOS 14 update, and then in 2024 the CAC roughly tripled, and LTV becomes the lifeline of any single brand. And in 2026, your product isn't enough. Branding is the only mode that you have. You obviously need to have a great product, that's why people would buy from you again and again, but you need to have great branding in place as well. And the fix for all of it is pop-up and your welcome flow. You cannot lower ad cost, but you can make every single click worth more. So without email marketing pop-ups, you are just spending $50 on ad, people click, they go to your website, they scroll your website a little bit and they just bounce. But with the help of a strategic pop-up, you spend $50 on ads, someone comes to your website and they get a pop-up and they enter their email and then they bounce. So now you have a very valuable asset, which is their email, and you can use that email to retarget them via their inboxes. And with the same ad spend, you would get a completely different outcome. A dialed in pop-up would turn paid traffic into your own traffic because it's a list that you own and no algorithm will take that list away from you. And a strong welcome flow would turn curious buyers into conversions. And if you're wondering, okay Tushar, we know that pop-up is very important, but what sort of pop-up we should implement? I've attached some good examples so you can take a look. You will get this doc inside of the description, so you can just take a look and copy these and make something better for your own brand. Now let's talk about how you are going to create your own mode, because your product isn't enough anymore. And that is because thousands of other brands have hopped into your niche and they are selling the same thing. So you stand out through your content, your story, and how you deliver it. Your framing is every single thing. So if you just do sloppy email marketing and sloppy marketing in general, people will not buy from your brand and they will not trust you, even if your product is good. As soon as someone lands on your website, you get a single chance to basically capture their email, and a mix of pop-up and welcome flow would exactly help you capture that intent. And now let's talk about how you can create your own mode equation. What you need is your story. It could be a founder story, it could be the brand's mission, it could be the brand's origin or the founder's origin. It could be through your content where you are building education, trust, and proof. And then you would have systems in place, which is pop-up, welcome flow, and all the other email marketing flows, which are important. And if they're dialed in, you have built your mode. So in order to ensure that every single one who's opting into your email marketing pop-up, they're getting onto your list, you need to turn off the double opt-in. And this is how it would look like. Basically, as soon as someone enters their email on the pop-up, they would receive this email. And in this email, they would have to confirm again that they want to be subscribed to your brand's email marketing. And this would definitely reduce your conversion from 40 to 50%. So do not make that mistake. Turn this off inside of your email sending provider. Second, I see that brands are not sending their welcome flow immediately. They send it like an hour later and 2 hours later. And by that time, the intent is gone and the customers has been confused because they were looking for the discount and now they were like, where is my discount? So you need to make sure that as soon as someone opts into your email marketing, you are sending them email right away. As you can see in this welcome email, I do not have a time delay right here. And even if you have a time delay, make it less than 5 minutes so that as soon as someone enters, they get the discount as soon as they can. Third point, you need to at least have 3 emails inside of your welcome flow, because I see brands having 1 or 2 emails inside of the welcome flow, which is they are giving the discount and then they are showcasing their products, which is not enough. You need to show the discount, you need to show bestsellers, you need to show the brand's origin story, you need to show the founder story, you need to show social proof, you need to show your wide range of variety that you might provide. So all of these things need to be shown in your welcome flow. So at least make sure that you have 3 and you can go as many as you want. Number 4, space emails 1 or 2 days apart, because you need to make sure that your staying top of the mind of the customer without overwhelming them, because if you are sending, let's say, 4 emails within the first day that someone has signed up, they would get overwhelmed and they would unsubscribe from your email marketing list, which you do not want. Some people might mark your email as spam, so that's definitely what you do not want. And this is a small tip, but you need to make sure that in every single welcome email you are reminding them of their welcome discount. You can easily make a banner like this inside of your email sending provider, and you can just keep on adding this to your every single email that you're sending out in your welcome flow. And at the very end, make sure that you're including a text-based email as sort of a last chance discount email. And these are essential. Like, text-based email work as a pattern interruption because people are very used to seeing the designed email inside of the inbox. So when someone sees something like this, a text-based email, they are like, okay, it feels like some friend has messaged me. So it's very important that you're having a text-based email inside of your welcome flow. Now let's talk about how are you going to build your own strategy for your welcome flow. Now every single brand is different, so the welcome flow would be different depending upon the brand as well. Some might need 3 or 4 emails and some might need 6 and 8. So just to give you an example, if your average order value is around $100, you can get away with 4 or 5 emails inside of your welcome flow. But you have a product which is expensive and it requires a lot of decision making, then you need to at least have 8 to 9 emails inside of your welcome flow so that people can actually make an informed decision. Before building the welcome flow, just think what matters most to your customers, what are their objectives, what are their pain points, and are they buying the product on impulse or it's like a very considerate decision. And if you answered those 3 questions, you would have an angle and the length of email sorted inside your own mind. This is a foundation that you can start off with. In the first email, you can deliver the incentive and you can set some expectations like, hey, these are the emails that you would be receiving from us and we are a brand who has originated from this place and blah blah blah. And then you can also add some education there as well, so you can share some helpful content to build the interest even more. Or let's say if you sell a complex product, you can educate them about the product so that it's easier for them to make a choice. And you can build trust by addressing their objections, and you can reinforce credibility by showcasing some reviews and just targeting their pain points. Last but not the least, for social proof, you can show them testimonials and that would boost confidence because they would see that other people have loved the product. Let me give it a try as well. This is how you can structure your first email. You can basically deliver the incentive as you can see right here, and then you can talk about the brand story, and then you can talk about the product itself, and make sure to have multiple CTAs. And then the other emails could be filler emails. They could be around education, trust, objection handling, as I said before. And either you can do a last chance email like this where you are giving them the last chance to use their welcome discount, or you can also do a text-based email like this. Both angle would work, a designed email as well as a plain text email. They both would work. You just have to make sure what works for your brand exactly. Now let's talk about how are you going to actually deliver the incentive inside of your welcome email. First of all, the offer itself needs to be strong, right? In the first email, people just want the incentive and they should get a quick sense of what the brand is about. So make sure that you're keeping the design very simple, very easy to understand and very easy to read. And the CTA is right at the top and you are giving them a discount as soon as they open the email because no one would scroll, and if you are letting them scroll, then you would cause churn, which you do not want. So you can follow this structure. You have the hero section, then you have a bridge section where you are giving the brand summary, and then you have the product section where you are talking about your brand's products. And if you do not have an exact idea of what you can actually add inside of your welcome flow, you can add filler emails, and we'll talk about what they are and why they actually matter. So filler emails are 1 to 5 educational emails between your welcome flow, and this could be your last chance email as well. Most customers will not buy on the first email itself. That's true. They need more education and they need more reminders as well. So try to build trust, try to overcome objections, position your brand as the top inside of your industry, and you just have to prime the future buyers as well, like what they would get and what are the expectations from the brand. And now let me go over some filler emails that definitely will convert. So number 1 is our story, which is basically the founder story, the origin story of the brand, and then the mission of the brand. So you just have to make sure that you're putting a face behind your brand. People buy from people, and in 2026, no one is buying from faceless corporation. So you need to make sure that there is a face behind the brand. You can do a FAQ based email as well, where you are answering the objection that makes people bounce from the brand and buying that product. You can do how it works email as well, which is basically removes any confusion about your product and how it is used. And if you're selling something which is consumable, you can do a what's inside email campaign angle as well, which is basically you're talking about the ingredients of the product, materials of the product, and what you get inside the box. You can again do the social proof angle. If you have a big following and on Instagram, YouTube, or wherever, you should use the social proof angle. Then we have another angle, which is how we are different. In this, basically you're talking about how you are better than your competitors. You can showcase your best sellers as well. You can do a before and after, a note from the founder as well. I have attached some great examples right here. So when you go to the doc, you would be able to access these and you can use these as inspiration so that you can build something for your own brand. And lastly, let's talk about the last chance email, because after going through 4 to 5 emails from your welcome flow, you have built the trust, but people just still need a little nudge. So you need to drive that nudge via urgency. And this is your final push for the people. So if someone wants to buy, this is the last reminder that you're giving them, and you can say something like last chance to use your code, or the offer ends tonight midnight, or the offer ends in 2 hours. And this is very simple, direct, and very urgent. Again, you can follow this sort of structure where there's a hero section and you're saying this is your last chance to use this offer, and then you can showcase some products below it. And if you do not want to push a lot of urgency, and let's say you don't want to come across as more salesy, you can do a text-based support email as well. This one feels like a friendly nudge, and it feels like it's coming from a friend, and it does not feel like a sales push at all. It has a very supportive tone, and also it's a little urgent. Again, it works because it's a pattern interruption. There's no design, it's just like plain text. It reads like a human, which is exactly why it works. It can come from the founder, or it can come from someone who's on the team. You can include the brand's mission, the brand's origin story, and you need to mention the discount, and you need to actually offer real help, like, hey, why have you not made your first purchase? If you have some sort of question, feel free to ask us and we would reply and get back to you ASAP, something like that. Again, I have attached example of a plain text email right here. Even after you have built your welcome flow and it has 6 to 7 emails inside of it, is it the best welcome flow that there is? How would you know that? You would know that by A/B testing. You can test a lot of things. You need to always be testing, and first and foremost, you can test the welcome offer. It could be $10 off versus 10% off, or giving some sort of free product. It could be subject lines and preview lines as well. So this will help you to increase your open rates and click rates. And you can also test delays between emails, because if you send a lot of emails as soon as someone has signed up, then they might get overwhelmed and unsubscribe, or let's say mark your emails as spam. Or if you're, let's say, stretching it across like 3 or 4 days, then people might forget about your brand as well. So you need to make sure that you're finding that sweet balance where it's not making people go away, and it's also not like people are forgetting about your brand. Then the next one is you can feature products versus collections. So this is something that's hack as well. So sometimes people convert better and click better to collections instead of specific product, but the opposite can be happen as well. People might get confused with collections and they might just want specific product inside of their emails. So make sure that you're testing this as well. A/B test text versus graphic email as well, because email works very well, but if you do it too much, the magic just gets lost and it does not feel like a pattern interrupt anymore. So what you need to do is have a good mix between designed email as well as text based email. So you can have a 60-40 split between them. And last but not the least, you need to make sure that you're optimizing your welcome flow over time. What you can do is, if you're sending 3 to 4 email campaigns every single week, what you can do is you can identify a non-promotional top performer and you can add that inside of your welcome flow. And you can also add a banner at the very top. So the banner at the top is reminding the customer about their discount code, their first purchase discount code. So make sure that you're optimizing your welcome flow in that way. Identify the top performers and add that inside of your welcome flow. So that was it for the entire video. It was a long video, I know, but make sure that you're implementing every single thing that I've talked about in this video, because your welcome flow is very important and it will be your highest revenue driver inside of email marketing funnel. And if you do like the video, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. You can find me on these platforms again. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at tushar@mailgora.com. I'm very happy to help. And you can also subscribe to my newsletter, where I'm also uploading a lot of email marketing sauce that you need. And you would find this doc inside of the description as well. And if you're an e-commerce brand owner who is struggling to build your own welcome flow, you can just book a call on with me. We would love to help you out and manage your entire email marketing funnel. And if you're not ready to book the call on below, you can just have this entire doc inside of the description as well. So go through the description and you would find this doc inside of the description. So that was it in this video, and I will see you in the next one.